Dar știi bine, nu?
Cât de cât.
Câtă aderență are. Și mă miră rău de tot.
Și am venit cu traction control floor. Și acum asta cu Sport Plus.
Aderență are mașina. Și anvelopa e pe ea?
Mai luat SUPERSPORT Forest.
Să conduci.
Eu știu, pe stradă.
Hai să nu facem accident.
Ce s-a băgat ăsta?
Ia-l ușor, ca să nu facem vreo tâmpenie.
Da, e prima oară că s-a întâmplat asta. Da, evitat. Hai că i-a pus și eu shit moment.
Măcar am prins-o pe cameră.
Da.
Aici trebuie să știi circuitul, să nu moară nimic.
mișca, da.
Deci e curba aia unde ești tot.
Aici e YouTube codul.
Aha. Deci se uită lumea, că se vedea că era toată lumea acolo.
Hai mă, du-te, bă, vrei să mă iei.
Lasă-l pe ăsta să.
Lăsat. Asta ceva în spatele. Aici să iei.
S-au încins o țără învelopele, a?
Da. Vedem imediat.
Sub birou o țără acolo. Da, bine.
La caruselul mic.
Bă, bravo, se vede dracu că locuiești aici. Doamne, îmi pare rău că...
Ai venit mai devreme.
Se vede că... Doamne, îmi pare rău că... Mamă...
De la 2-3 acum e
3-0, presiunea în anvelope. Hai! Bine ați venit pe NURBURGRING! Mașini cu Luci Popa! Începe! Dar înainte de toate, ai o mașină mai nouă din 2010 și ești din București. Ce poți face cu mașina aia? Păi poți să faci ride sharing. Cum? Uite, Mașini cu Luci Popa are o flotă parteneră cu care poți să faci Uber, Bolt, Splash, Black Cab, cam toate firmele astea de ride sharing. Păi bun, și care ar fi avantajele? De ce să vii la noi și nu în altă parte? Simplu, pentru că ai copii conforme și ecusoane gratis, atestatul gratis, comisiuni din net, nu din brut. Colantul se comisionează conform comisionului standard și ai și promoții în flotă. Așa că dacă vrei să faci asta, sună-l pe Bogdanel la 0784 840 696 sau intră pe www.flotabolt.ro, îți lași numărul de telefon și o să te sune o secretară mișto. Nu uita să spui că vii de la Mașini cu Luci Popa și vă garantez eu că merită toți banii.
Aolo, mai strigat? Am auzit?
Stai mă puțin că ăsta e clipul meu. Du-te, pleacă-mă de aici. Da? Baftă. Bă, ești bun, bă, ești bun.
Mulțumesc.
Ești bun. Să moare Bibi de nu ești bun.
Și mașina.
Și mașina.
Dacă...
Da, dar vrei să știi ceva? Trebuie să știi circuitul, că erau anumite zone, știi? În care eu aș fi frânat, dar efectiv dacă știi circuitul, asta e tot ce contează.
O ții balansul, știi, o ții din accelerație.
Da.
Că multe viraje, pur și simplu poți să faci lift la gaz și o ia. Că se pune aderență pe toate cauciucurile și așa virează mai repede. Dacă nu știi, mulți pun frână foarte tare, pierd din timp, știi?
Da.
Din viteză și poate să și debalanceze mașina.
Da. O să și debalanceze mașina.
Doamne, am și scăpat cu noroc de accidentul ăla.
Da, măcar îl avem pe... Dar vrei să știi ceva? Zi-mi o chestie. Atunci când ieșirăm, dar ieșirăm și pe iarbă sau doar pe bordură?
Am ieșit și pe iarbă. M-am alunecat pe iarbă. A trebuit să o redresez din direcție.
Și doar din direcție sau din accelerație?
Direcția, am lăsat accelerația, bineînțeles,
Da.
și după i-am dat. Nici nu știu sincer să zic, e totul...
Un blur, da, așa se întâmplă.
Da, adică sunt reflexe pe moment, când în fracțiune de secundă se întâmplă tot aia și dacă știi ce să faci, o faci instinctiv, dacă nu, faci accident. Mai e situația în care știi ce să faci, dar nu mai e ce să faci.
Da, așa este.
Noi am avut, că n-am mers la 100%, știi?
știi ceva, de obicei în dreapta eu nu știu mai bun pasager. Mi-e frică cu oricine în dreapta. Bă, da.
Am mai văzut, te-am văzut pe filme.
Că ce, că mi-e frică în dreapta? Da, acum am zis să merg pe mâna ta, să așa, să vedem ce se poate. Bravo, bravo, ești tare, boss, ești tare. N-am ce să zic. Singurul meu regret e că nu știu circuitul. Da, pentru că în toate jocurile pe care le-am jucat eu am învățat alte circuite. Știu GP-ul, știu, da, Spa, Monza.
E deschis GP-ul astăzi.
E și deschis, da.
Dacă vrei să mergem așa de fan.
Vedem. Deci nu se poate. Da, știu, cred că 25-30 de circuite la perfecție. Îmi pare rău că nu știu NURBURGRING-ul. Îmi pare rău. Îmi pare rău. E demențial. Ha! Ia uitați ce am găsit aici. Două Iesco-uri. De fapt, un Iesco și o Regera și un McLaren Senna GTR și un McLaren Senna normal și de toate.
F40
și un F40 aici de care uitasem. Da. Asta e circuitul de GP și e track day de la Ger Collector. Acum eu sunt un pic pierdut în spațiu, nu știu ce să zic, ce să vorbesc despre mașini. Acum ei intră pe circuit la track day. Pe Huracan STO. Da. După ce ai văzut două Koenigsegg-uri, ce mai vrei? Am venit exact la fix. McLaren Senna normal. Și pentru că Senna GTR-ul e prea scump și trebuie să-ți iei un Senna normal. Au aici echipamente de filmare. Huracan STO. GT3 RS modelul vechi. 675 LT. RS-ul nou. GT3 RS-ul nou. Și cum stă F40-ul ăla acolo abandonat? Haha. 600 LT. GT4 RS modificat. Așa. AMG GTR Pro, mai mult ca sigur. M4. Fordul GT. Da. Primul.
De la Shelby,
da.
Original? Nu, e replica.
Ar trebui să fie replică, da. Dar hai să-l vedem dacă tot suntem aici. Wow. Da. Ia uite aici cum așteaptă tot să intre pe pistă. Da. GT3. Ăsta e GT3 Cup, e de circuit. Model de curse adevărat. Ford GT. GT3 M2. Multe M2 noi. GT3 RS 991.2. O broască pe acolo. Ia uite, al treilea Koenigsegg pe care îl vedem într-o singură zi. Al treilea, avem voie oare să intre pe aici?
Da.
De unde știi? Lamborghini Huracan. Ia uite. Asta e CCX sau CCXS, ceva de CCXR, da. Și se pregătesc să intre pe circuit băieții cu mașini, că astea sunt până la urmă. Ei, imaginați-vă că toate mașinile astea o să intre pe circuit.
Hai să mergem acolo, nu? Să dăm...
Da, stai să facem așa. Nu vă mai dau, nu mai spun ce sunt, că sunt prea multe, da. Să vedem așa pe parcurs. Dar vedeți și voi. GT4, GT3, GT3 Cup, rentă GT3 Cup ăla de curse. Uite, Mantai Racing GT3 cu Mantai Racing kit pe el. Da. 675 LT. Da, uite-l. SF90 ăsta și toată lumea, că-s multe în București. Huracan de GT3 ăsta. O să iasă toți pe circuit și noi stăm aici și ne uităm. Și voi vă uitați cu noi. Și ăștia vor să trecem la electrice toți. McLaren Artura, primul pe care îl văd. RS7. Grămadă de Alpin A110. Ei, toate astea o să iasă pe circuit. Nu se poate așa ceva. E track day de la Jerk Collector și...
Lumea a strâns ăsta.
Poftim?
Câte
lume a strâns, da.
Ce lume?
Și ce lume. Exact. Mașinuța de la Red Bull, care a fost și la noi în țară. Ia uite, un Koenigsegg, al 4-lea. Ia uite, Gemera. Deci am văzut CCXR, Viesco, Regera și Gemera. Toate. Hai să vedem Gemera. Eu nu pot să mă bucur acum de toate mașinile astea, că trebuie să le filmez pentru voi. Că dacă n-aș filma, aș fi ca un copil. Incredibilă. 4 locuri. Cea mai rapidă mașină cu 4 locuri. Sau cea mai puternică. Efectiv am rămas fără cuvinte. Bucurați-vă de imagini, că de detalii tehnice și de alte o să vorbim altă dată. Aston Martin DB12, mașina pe care eu am prezentat-o în premieră în România. Nu știu, chiar aceeași. Uite, R34 GTR, PAC Mono. Aventadoare modificate, Huracan, ăla e Huracan Trofeo. Așa, M346, Aventador Esca al lui Andy Popescu. Dar unde au loc toate pe circuit? Unde au loc toate pe un singur circuit? Că astea nu se duc pe NORDSCHLEIFE, se duc pe NURBURGRING GP, pe NORDSCHLEIFE mergem noi mai târziu.
Îi lasă pe rând, știi?
Da. Nu se mai opresc. Toate supercarurile din Germania sunt aici. Din Europa sunt aici. Ăsta la fel e Huracan Trofeo. De fapt e Huracan Super Trofeo. Și s-ar putea să fie Huracan Super Trofeo Evo cu pachetul aerodinamic. Ia uite bă, Gallardo decapotabil. M3 E30. Încă un McLaren Senna, nu că două n-ar fi fost suficiente și unul Evo și unul GTR. Bă, 935! Bă, noul Moby Dick e aici! 935, ești nebun la cap! Care e un GT2 RS Club Sport cu pachet de 935 peste el. Adică asta este 935, e un GT2 RS Club Sport cu pachet și mai șmecher pe el. Iaris, ia uite Merzanu, care face poaca, 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 poaca. De fapt nu, BMW-ul face, nu Merzanu. Iaris. Ia uite ce avem aici. Pentru cine știe. Alpina, baby. Alpina B5 by Turbo. G31. Care a 4 GTS, Ford Focus RS. Ăsta e un ceva Descartes. Da. Da, vezi? Ăsta e ceva făcut pe platformă de turbo, nu era GT3. Încă un GT3. Eu sunt cu Ștefan.
Salut!
Ia uite o mașină de DTM. Ce clas de DTM? Și asta e un DTM mai vechi. 430 scuderia de parcă. M3 E90 V8. Da, uite. Lotus Exiger. GT3. GT4 RS. Hyundai i30 modificat, N-Line ceva. Și efectiv nu se mai opresc mașinile din venit. M2 CS. Tot CS modificat. GTR-ul M3 Touring, deja l-am modificat. Ce tare. Foarte tare. Da, cred că fac un tur, o paradă, o ceva, că n-ai cum să pui atâtea mașini pe circuit în același timp. Și într-o parcare stă mașinuța asta, Bugatti CHIRON SUPERSPORT. Da. Ce să mai... După ce am văzut scena GTR, să vezi și așa ceva, cea mai rapidă mașină făcută de Bugatti. 480 la oră, parcă prinde. Uitați-vă ce detalii are. Niște detalii incredibile. 8 litri. Era să zic 16 turbine. 8 litri W16, 4 turbine, integrală, dublu ambreiaj. Michelin Pilot Sport Cup 2. CHIRON SUPERSPORT. Nu știu cât de bine se vede. Ia să vedem și interiorul. Vitezometrul gradat până la 500 de km pe oră. Și uitați dunga asta. Hop. Specifică Bugatti, care se continuă și la interior cumva. Și da, mașinile acolo sunt... se turează, o să mergem și noi acolo. Dar uite, Bugatti CHIRON SUPERSPORT. Ha. Mai spuneți voi că nu vă aduc eu content, bro. Da, SLS Black Series. Uite, și SL65 Black Series. Da, și uite și cele KDT AMG. Ferrari 488 pista. Aeropt GTR Black Series aici. Uite. Celebrul 190 Cosworth, Lambo, Mercedes. Te pierzi în Porsche-uri. Te pierzi în ele. Opel Speedster. Și spectatorii cum stau acolo. Ok, știu că clipul ăsta nu are niciun pic de noimă, de relevanță, de absolut nimic. E o nebunie curată. Nici eu nu mă așteptam să vedem și să facem toate lucrurile astea. Planul era simplu. Dăm o tură pe NORDSCHLEIFE, dăm o tură cu MISHA, îi luăm un interviu și plecăm acasă. Dar uite-ne aici pe circuitul de Grand Prix, la track day-ul de la Ger Collector, cu toate mașinile de pe pământul ăsta, cele mai tari supercaruri. Nu știu. Mulțumesc că sunteți alături de mine, sunteți cei mai tari. Dacă YouTube îmi demonetizează clipul ăsta pentru muzică, tot n-o să regret. Pentru că, ia uite, AMG 1. AMG 1-ul lui Ger Collector. Da, și încă unul. Două escăuri. Uite, și una Agera. Agera, cum vreți să-i spuneți. Și-a pus el sistemele de Michelin peste. Sistemele albe. G1. Da, vă dați. Din mașină odată. E incredibil. Nici nu știi ce să filmezi pe aici, mai întâi. Hai să vedem și Koenigsegg-Jesko. McLaren Senna e ceva obișnuit pe aici. Asta nu știu ce e. Să fie KTM-ul ăla? Nu. E electric, e ceva Apollo? Nu știu. Asta chiar nu știu. Bă, da, e Apollo. Am avut dreptate. E Apollo AI. Dar nu înțeleg. Nu, e KTM-ul. E greșit. E KTM-ul. Am greșit eu ca prostul. Știu din start că e KTM. De-aia jantele prea mici ca să fie Apollo. Deci scrie Apollo Racing acolo, e KTM toată ziua. Mai e unul în față. Ia, Ferrari F40 cu care am dat o tură. Uite, Pagani Huayra BC. Din nou. Îmi pare rău că n-am timp să mă bucur de ele. Pentru că trebuie să le filmez pentru canal. Ford GT. Mașina pe care am stat, pe care am filmat-o, pe care am pornit-o. Roadster BC. Nu e orice Roadster. Dar cam astea sunt cele mai rare mașini, astea puse în față toate. Dacă ăsta nu e cel mai tare car spotting din istoria României, să mă faceți pe mine, Popa. Clar în Senna GTR. Model de curse destinat 100%. Deși văd că are niște anvelope. Ce are? P0. Cred că P0 Corsa. Da. Aici încep mașinile ceva mai slăbuțe. Corvette, McLaren Senna, GT3, GT4 RS, SLS, AMG. Ăsta e GT3 de curse. Stai că asta chiar e o mașină de curse adevărat. Cam așa arată. Am jucat. Era unul dintre cele mai manevrabile, mă rog, manevrabile. Plăcute la condus mașini din Real Racing 3. GTR, Ferrari SF90. Foarte puține Ferrari-uri, dacă este să mă întrebați pe mine. Mi-a rămas... Am rămas fără cuvinte, am rămas fără... Mi-a amorțit mâna pe cameră. Uite, încă o Senna GTR. Încă un Senna GTR. Au deschis capota la Koenigsegg, cred că era. Fale Sport 4S, ele frâne ceramice, totul fibră de carbon vopsită, vedeți? De fapt nu e fibră de carbon verde, nu știu cum au integrat culoarea, că vopsită nu e. McLaren Senna. Cred că ăsta e apogeul acestui canal. Și am venit aici printr-o simplă întâmplare, pură întâmplare. Era ATF Oil, Automatic Transmission Oil, Transmission Fluid Oil, Engine Oil. Pentru că mașina, deși are un singur raport de transmisie, tot are nevoie de ulei. Și pentru cine e fan, acolo e Gear Collector. Este Agris 2016. Ia uite. Ia, și acum pleacă toate. Deci momentul ăsta este incredibil. Pleacă toate. Jesko, Regera, Agera, tot Jesko, KTM, Agera, McLaren Senna GTR, încă o Senna GTR, Huayra BC, Roadster, 675 LT, STO, GT4, GT3, GT3 RS. Hai că vă las aici să se ducă ele singure. Mașina de Formula 1 nu pleacă. AMG1 nu pleacă. În viața voastră ceva mai șmecher de atât. Tremură totul, vedeți-mă, vibrează totul, tremură totul aici. Dați sunetul la maxim! Aldrin nu știu dacă a apucat să plece, ha? GTR-ul. Ia uite, 935-ul! G-Class 4x4 Square și Ferrari 430 de scuderia și AMG1-ul. Încheiem această porțiune a clipului cu încă un cadru cu Ger Collector cu al său AMG1. Nu putem refuza. Și ia uite, cineva a deschis CHIRON-ul pe care vreau să-l vedem. CHIRON SUPERSPORT. Mai luăm câteva cadre cu el, pentru că e păcat să nu. Acesta este domnul proprietar. Așa trebuie să arăți ca să ai bani de CHIRON SUPERSPORT. Și am făcut cold start-ul. E mai lung decât un CHIRON normal ăsta. Îl mută pentru poze. Aici nici nu știi la ce să te uiți. La un Bugatti CHIRON SUPERSPORT sau la un Koenigsegg Regera sau la un Koenigsegg Fiesco sau la un McLaren Senna GTR sau la alt McLaren Senna GTR. Hai să urmărim 2-3 minute mașinile care vin. văzut că s-a dat cer colector cu AMG1 o singură tură. Acum a venit și a pus-o pe tester. Mașina are încă niște probleme de calibrare. Dar ceea ce trebuie și Ferrari F40 care pocănea pe circuit tot ale colector. Poate cu spatele. Bun, am plecat de la circuitul de GP și acum ne-am dus la un loc de unde poți să vezi NORDSCHLEIFE-le. A început Tourist Spartan, adică turele pentru oameni obișnuiți. Acolo unde e benzineria în spate, Ștefan și Dorin spală M2 Competition și Focus-ul RS. Eu m-am venit să văd un pic aici cum se dau oamenii normali, gen. Acum, ce nu știți voi despre mine este că eu sunt o persoană foarte emotivă și am trag de cameră când filmez, chiar dacă nu pare, și recunosc că mi-e frică. Îmi tremură un pic picioarele. O să intru pe circuit cu MISHA, o să mai facem un tur probabil cu Aldrin, prietenul meu care are un 911 GT3, tot așa în dreapta, și după aia mă urc eu la volan în RS și dau primul meu tur. O să am nevoie de toată informația, toate sfaturile pe care le pot primi, pentru că sincer mă cac pe mine. Sincer vă spun. Și acum știu că nu pare cine știe ce. Uite, oamenii se dau încet. Dar credeți-mă, din dreapta e mare lucru. Să vii de acolo la o viteză destul de mare, să trebuiască să frânezi aici ca să intri în viraj, e mare lucru. Și după aceea să ai curajul să accelerezi în coborâre, și am văzut virajul ăsta, e destul de nasol. După aia urci un pic și trebuie să frânezi în linie dreaptă ca să intri după aia în viraj, chiar dacă e compresie și urci ușor. Uite, X3 X3 nu e X3-ul simplu. Adică există un mic factor de risc. Dar aia mă dau la o parte că nu o să merg tare. De pe băiatul cu motocicleta. Sunt toți băieții cu Porsche-uri care au experiență cu GT4. Uite cum vine. Uite. V-ați văzut acolo cu ăla? E foarte nasol. Cel mai mult mă interesează să nu încurc lumea. Sincer. Suntem la prima tură a zilei și până să ne dăm cu MISHA, l-am luat pe Aldrin, sau el m-a luat pe mine la o tură cu GT3-ul.
Salut!
El zice că știe circuitul foarte bine, eu am încredere. L-am văzut cum conduce de 1000 de ori, a fost stigul, să zicem, de la Auto Vantage. Eu zic că o să fie interesant. Sper doar să fi pus camera asta pe cap bine, dar cred că bate bine. Asta e toată șmecheria. Hai, Dumnezeu cu mila! O să țină așa, poate se vede mai bine. Se vede bine și așa. Hop. Galben? Ia galben. Sunt curios pentru ce. Până acum totul ok. Și e pe sectoare, nu?
Da, e pe sectoare.
Da. E altă senzație față de M2. Altă senzație. Ce mă surprinde pe mine la ambele e cum stă pe compresii, știi? Asta e toată șmecheria. Dar asta pe ce e mai mult? Pe suspensie sau pe aero când vine vorba de compresii?
E mai degrabă suspensie.
Mai degrabă suspensie.
Mai degrabă suspensie.
Aha. Că luarăm o curbă în coborâre cu 180 de crezui că... Și steagul galben când dispare?
După ce vezi accidentul, poți să-i dai, că nu mai apare steag verde sau ceva de genul. Dar
După
ei
ce
pun-
treci de punct.
Da, dar ei pun mult din timp.
Da, normal.
Adică, uite cât mergem de fapt și nu e nimic.
Da, pe aici de obicei mai avea 250 am prins noi ieri.
Mhm.
Deci peste 250. Dacă nu, mi-ar fi căzut GoPro de pe cap. E altceva față de M2. Clar. Clar. Trebuie să strâng ăsta mai bine. Low battery.
Să sperăm că ai filmat ceva.
Am filmat. S-a văzut. Da. E ireal circuitul. Deci, dacă n-ați fost niciodată, orice experiență pe care ați avut-o cu mașini, nu mă interesează unde, asta e mai tare. Asta este mai tare. Cam la cât ai mers capacitatea așa?
Acum?
Da.
65-70%.
60-70%.
Da, n-am fost limită și oricum nici cauciucurile nu mai țin, nici frânele. O lăsăm să se răcească.
O lăsăm să răcească. Da. Mașina poate. Știi care e chestia ciudată? Când sunt virajele alea norb de viteză mare, dacă nu știi circuitul, tind să...
Da,
să dai ești din gaz, dar după ce...
oricum ți se pare că nu ai putea să le iei.
Că nu ai putea să le iei, da.
Full plană. Și de fapt
poți să le iei. Bun, asta a fost primul tur al zilei. Să vedem ce urmează. Ok, ați vrut clip cu MISHA, avem clip cu MISHA. O să dăm întâi turul și după aceea un mic interviu. Thanks MISHA for accepting. This is a great honor. You have many fans in Romania. I can hardly wait. We'll do the interview part afterwards because I'm sure I'll be left speechless.
I don't know, I hope my driving is not that bad.
No. You are honestly a legend. So if I show you the comment section in my community page, MISHA legend, MISHA king of the ring, MISHA legend, everything.
Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate it. It's every time I hear such positive things, it keeps me going and doing what I'm doing.
And also to mention, he was so kind. He accepted. He said, "Yeah, we'll do whatever you want." He agreed to drive
another company's car.
Another company's car. We'll speak about Apex in the interview part because there are some people who obviously don't know you, and we need to tell them what you do. Do you want a ticket or do you have?
No, I have.
I have season pass.
I have season pass. With my lovely ladies on it.
Oh, that's so cute. So you can get them. It's funny because you have your lovely ladies there and it says Green Hell. So
yeah. But it's always before every lap I remind myself I need to come back home safely.
Come back home safely. Yeah. So...
Schön Feierabend. Wishing marshals a good evening.
Yeah. So,
traction control.
Off. Yeah. Track mode. I understood you've already driven a Focus RS.
I did. Active city stop not available. Yeah, thanks, I know.
Yeah, in track mode, yeah.
Electronic stability off, I know. Okay. There we go, sport track. Okay.
So...
Track is on.
Primul tur cu MISHA și singurul. Hai să vedem dacă merge camera. Merge. Aia merge și ea, cred. Yep, it's recording.
Good.
Let's go. Good Lord. Also, if you want to do some commentary.
About what? What would you like to know? Corner names, corner history, how we ended up here.
Mostly driving tips.
Driving tips.
Yeah.
Enjoy and watch out for yellow lights.
Yellow lights, yeah.
This means we need to slow down. Make sure that there is no loose objects in the trunk.
Yeah, there's a water bottle there, but we'll have to make do with that.
All right, I'll try not to roll the car, because then it becomes a legal projectile. No, most importantly thing when you drive on track, especially if it's your first time, you just need to enjoy, especially the very first lap. Forget about impressing yourself, anyone.
So we can talk here as long as it's a yellow flag. So it's
for sure. I mean,
flag?
Here's the incident. So you're gonna watch out through here, and then you can talk the whole lap. I'm okay talking. I don't need to focus on stuff. So there's lots of coolant spill here because they hit it properly.
They hit it, yeah. Too bad.
Okay.
It's a So are you confident in pushing this early after we went through some coolant?
Yep,
Really?
because the tires are good. They dry again. So,
Are you sure?
yeah.
Okay, no problem. No actual problem.
It's the coolant spot itself that is
Yeah.
the issue. But
But I think if it were oil, then it would be
I mean, we're already almost a kilometer away from the spill, so we're actually quite okay.
okay.
So, any questions?
No, not now.
All right.
I want to enjoy.
Ah, yeah, sure.
You know, the trouble in this business is you don't get to enjoy when
That's
you're working.
true. Exactly, and that's what I always say to every like influencer that comes here.
Yeah.
Okay, once you're done with all your filming, put your cameras down and just enjoy.
Enjoy.
Because that's why we started all of this, because we loved it, and at a certain point we started actually earning money with it, and then it became a bit different.
A bit of a business, yeah.
Yes. So, but still, it's important to enjoy the stuff that we're doing.
How do you like the car?
It's alright. There's a bit of vibration on the front left. The tires seem to be warming up nicely now. I don't know the setup, but going quite fast through Foxhole. Seems to be alright. That's good.
A bit of understeer.
A bit.
One of the things my friend, the racing driver, told me is that you need to attack the corners, and compared to other tracks, the car doesn't push as much as on other tracks, so you can lean in.
Yeah, the thing is, it really depends. It's quite a tricky corner, quite a tricky track, because you have combination of all the elevation changes, all the bumps, all the jumps, but at the same time, you also have, this is the most occupied road in the world, or most occupied track, because you have your everyday industry pool, track days, you have the tourist traffic, you have races happening, so you can see actually the line that of the rubber that people lay on these days, and that's why we have actually a lots of grip on that line, which becomes as slick as ice once you start driving it in the wet. Therefore, it may seem like, oh my god, I have no runoff area, but there's actually lots of grip compared to other tracks. The only difference is that the tarmac, that is not as sticky as other tracks might be. Watching out for traffic, okay, we're good. But with combination with rubber, you have actually quite decent grip levels. So, and from this, we just had the lowest section of the track, so now we are entering the climb. So if you have less than 200 horsepower, at the end of the day, it depends on the power to weight ratio, but if you have less than 200 horsepower and like modern car, then you will not go faster than like 160 kilometers per hour or so. This is a very important corner for qualifying, because from here you have a almost 2 kilometer straight climb, so the high exit speed is very important, so you can set a decent lap time, because from here it's just straight. I mean, you have series of corners, but it's just flat, non-stop lifting. This one I like very much. Yeah. 350Z, cruising. So-called mood curve at the corner of courage, because it means how courageous are you to make it flat or not flat or lift. The Porsche killer corner, because the back engine might want to step out and you end up on the grass on the outside.
We actually went on the grass yesterday with the M2, but Stefan had very good reactions and kept it clean.
That's good.
Kept it clean, I thought for a moment, my first lap, my first crash, but no.
Imagine the views on that video.
I crashed on the NURBURGRING on my first lap.
Stereotype, isn't it?
Tesla. The first Tesla I've seen here.
Really? I've seen a couple already today. They're becoming more and more popular.
Of course.
Because they now have at least the supercharger network here.
Yeah.
But There is going to be a normal high power charge network for others as well.
Of course.
I think on 20th of September they're opening up a new high power charge park at the Nürburgring Boulevard. So people with non-Tesla vehicles can also enjoy, I think, 300 kilowatt charging for any EV hats out there.
How easy is it for you to adapt to every new car?
2 corners.
2 corners?
And then I know what the car does under braking, what it does under cornering, and the rest, of course, it takes me the whole lap to adapt. But the basics, you can feel already what it does throughout the first 2 corners, how much body roll there is, what's the grip of the tires, how it reacts on throttle, what can we do, and yeah, the rest comes with the practice.
Of course,
with the time.
With the practice. Yes, but some cars react differently, high speed, low speed, so...
Of course. But we have so many different corners here, and you can feel really what it does through which corner, so... and you have also, of course, different engine setups, front, rear, different tires, different compounds. Another Tesla, look at that.
Another Tesla, yeah.
There, you've seen us, perfect. Oh, that was like, what, 200 kilometers per hour slide?
200 kilometers per hour slide.
Yeah. Almost, I think 190 or so.
190, okay.
I'll try to do better next time.
370Z.
Did he see us? Did he see us?
Yeah.
Yes.
It had a fairly easy badge on it.
Oh, that's nice. Tasteful.
Yeah.
All right, last corner to go.
Last corner. It went by very, very quickly, very fast.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I am having fun.
That's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Lap by lap, I'm... Woohoo! Woo!
Using all of the track.
Last corner. That was a doozy.
Nice.
You are a legend. Thank you. Thank you. This has been the experience of a lifetime.
Glad you enjoyed.
I was lucky enough to have 3 skilled drivers.
All in different cars,
All in
different
different
levels,
cars, yeah,
different
yeah,
configurations.
Of course.
It's cool.
Rear-wheel drive, no, 2 rear-wheel drive, but 1 front engine, 1 rear engine, and of course, all-wheel drive Ford Focus.
That's cool. That's
Wow.
nice. Ah, the
Wow.
oil is a bit hot, 150
Yeah, but
almost. But it was fun.
it was fun, really.
You can see that the car was developed by Ken Block.
Yeah.
May God rest his soul. It's, even when
have you ever met him?
Yeah, a couple of times. In Spain, in Greece, and I think also he was once at the Nürburgring in 2013 or 14 or so. But yeah,
Yeah.
met him.
I heard he was a just down-to-earth guy. And
He was, yes, he was.
Too bad.
And, yeah. Anyway, what's our plan next?
What's our plan? If you want, we can go at Apex and do the interview
Yes, please, because then from there I can go.
there. Of course, yeah.
Oh, look at that iPhone of Stefan connected. So he's somewhere around.
He's
there.
somewhere around, yeah.
Oh, the track closed, so we did right in time. Yeah.
Right in time, yeah. The entrance to the track. Oof.
Nice. Yeah, okay,
I-
let's do our.
I don't know
top
how to
then.
thank you for this lap. It's
Look
been-
at that.
Wow.
That's a Porsche engine Beetle.
Yeah, air-cooled Porsche engine Beetle.
Yeah.
964, 993 engine, something like that.
Yeah, probably. Really, really cool. All right, let's go back and do talking piece.
Yeah. Okay, Misha, we just did the lap. Some experience for me. It was a bit incredible. Let's do a few
You still need to come down.
I'm intimidated.
You want some Coke? You need to bring
No.
your sugars up.
No.
Okay.
I usually drink a lot of Coke. I'm known for drinking a lot
Really?
of Coke. Yeah.
Okay.
So people know that they always see a Coke bottle, but no, I'm okay. As I said, you have a lot of followers in Romania. But for those who don't know what you do, who is Misha? Why does he live at the Nürburgring? What is Apex and what do you do here?
We can talk about this for hours, but I think in short, I am a content creator. I wouldn't say just YouTuber because I'm also extremely active on Instagram, TikTok, and all the others. So we make content.
Go subscribe to MISHA, follow him. We'll leave all the links in the description.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. And my content is mostly oriented at the Nürburgring, the world's longest, most exciting, the most demanding racetrack in the world. Aside from that, I used to be an instructor here at the ring. I am actively participating with races here, representing Bilstein and Black Falcon Racing Team. Apex is a company I co-founded back in 2017 with a good friend of mine, Robert Mitchell, and we offer rental cars. We have a hotel here. We used to do taxis as well. Basically, we try to cover all the bases for people who want to come to the Nürburgring and experience something. We also have a good pool of instructors, so people come with their own car and they want to have some instructions. We can provide that. And yeah, but nowadays I'm mostly busy with filming content, or let's call it doing laps and having the best job in the world.
Honestly, the best job in the world. I would like to have your job. Let me see the first questions. Top 5 cars that you enjoy driving. So, or that you drove and you like them.
I mean, all right. So, well, Porsche, any GT product. So ideally, of course, GT3 RS or GT3 992.
Yeah.
Any Honda Civic Type R with a K20 engine.
I told you, but you didn't listen to me.
Yes, this, my favorite lap. There are 2 favorite laps in my life. One, absolutely number one, is me driving Audi R8. It was not because it was Audi R8, of course, great car, but I had my grandma with me, who was 80 years old, and she was pushing me because my mom before said, take it easy, and my grandma was an opposite, go faster, you pussy.
Wow.
And then we did 300 kilometers per hour on the main straight. So that was, for me, the best lap ever. But the second lap that I enjoyed the most was driving, or actually many of them, were driving EP3 Type R, just bagging 3 gears. Clio RS is also quite good, the third gen, the naturally aspirated still.
The last naturally aspirated.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what else would be else out there? I mean, BMW M2 or something, M3, M4. Lotuses I enjoy as well a lot. That's actually quite good. And I think we had already pretty much more or less top 5.
Top 5, more than 5, yeah.
Yes.
I recently reviewed the Mira, and it's an amazing car.
Yeah, I still have to drive it.
You haven't?
I haven't.
Okay, you'll enjoy it. But get the manual. I reviewed the automatic, which is a bit slow. So
slow? Okay.
And recommend the manual.
Okay.
My favorite car is the Toyota GT86, which you are giving away.
Yes, we have a giveaway of GR86. Absolutely also fantastic chassis, now especially with all the mods.
Yeah, these are my friends, don't
okay,
don't
so
worry.
they're not gonna come and say like, hey, can we take a picture?
No.
Absolutely, no problem. But then when we're recording this, it's sometimes funny.
Okay, GT86.
Yeah, also fantastic car, fantastic platform. The GT86 is quite tricky to drive, especially in stock form. It's quite an unbalanced and tricky car without the mods. But once you mod it, it's becoming quite a potent track weapon. Of course, also great. The only problem with the first gen, the power is horrible, especially this torque dip. Like,
it has a torque dip,
it's quite bad. But with the new one, with the FA20 engine, they solved that problem. But now it has the problem of reliability because of all the sealant that comes into the engine. So we can talk about this forever. But yeah.
And how can people win the GT86?
GR86.
GR, sorry.
Yes.
It says GT86 here. So
okay.
GR86, yeah.
Go to gapt.online/register. Register your interest. You'll get an email to help us share our posts of our upcoming company, which is we're building a road and track app for you guys, where you can record your laps and share it with people outside, and you help us promote us, and in return we will give away the car with one of you. We will announce in October the giveaway date, but it's going to be quite soon, because at this point we're still building the car. It's not that we don't want to give it away, but we're still waiting on LSD, on short of Hano drive, and remapping the car. So we want to finish to say like, it's perfect now someone can have it. So we said by October the car should be definitely finished, and we're going to have a good idea of when we will be giving away the car.
Do you remember the first lap of the Nürburgring you ever did? And what car you did it in?
Nissan Juke R.
Oh wow, Nissan Juke
1000
R.
horsepower, 800 horsepower engine and 200 horsepower
the GTR
shot of
engine, the one.
Yes.
Wow.
But it was slow.
Well,
because I didn't know the track.
I bet.
I also didn't know how to drive.
I bet. Let's see. How easy is to adapt between left-hand drive and right-hand drive cars?
Easy. Nowadays, I'm even driving more right-hand drive cars than left-hand drive cars because the car culture in UK is a lot more prominent.
Yeah.
So a lot more people from UK come here, and they have also like a bigger variety of cars, of modified cars, which I really appreciate that people provide me with opportunity and trust for me to take them out. But now it's no problem. The first time that I drove a right-hand drive car was actually R34 GTR back in 2014 or 13. And that was like kind of getting used to it. Then I more or less got used to it, but then I didn't do anything with it anymore. And I think later I actually owned, or my girlfriend at the time owned the right-hand drive cars. We imported the E36 BMW from UK, and we actually had it here for a year. So that's when I got it really, pretty much nailed down. Yeah. And afterwards it was quite straightforward. It's really easy. Like once you get into it, it takes you, of course, some time. Yeah.
Trickiest car you ever drove on the Nürburgring?
Trickiest?
Yeah.
Any kind of shitbox that lives its own life. Like a car is 30 years old, is standing last 20 years in the garage, mostly only going out on Sunday drive. The bushings are completely rotten away, but it's a performance car, some old JDM car that used to be great, is still maybe great, and then you come out of the first corner, the car leans in, and then the rear axle leans, and then the front axle goes somewhere else, and these are the most tricky cars, I would say, like the cars where the maintenance is questionable. That's why you really need to make sure that your car is well maintained and ready for the track. But also like contemporary cars, like the recent cars, I would say any modern car, like the latest BMWs, for example, M2, M240, some other cars, because the big issue that you have is the cars are getting way too heavy for the performance orientation. The same with Lotus. It might be great, but in comparison to the old one, it's not there. And the problem that you go into is the cars, the manufacturers, the engineers do a tremendous job of making the cars hide the weight. So on the daily drive, you're like, oh, I don't feel that it's a 2.3 ton car or whatever, 1900 kilos. And then you start pushing it. And then you go out in a high-speed corner with 180 kilometers per hour. And then the physics, they don't care about what the engineer had in mind. It's just going to push the weight to the outside. And then you end up in the wall because you thought that if at low speed it can go this slow, it can probably go on high speed. No, you need to be aware of that. But there are lots of ifs and buts and lots of challenges. It's just that, yes, some might be not too apparent.
That's very good advice. Do you recommend a track car for a beginner?
Yes. I mean,
what is it? Something like a...
At the end of the day, it all depends on people's budgets.
Yeah.
You know, I might say now, okay, go for a Miata, but I'm sorry, nowadays Miatas cost also like over 7,000 euros for a shitbox. And then you need to change again all the bushings, all the suspension, brakes and tires. You end up with 15,000 euro car. And at that point, maybe you should go with something that would have cost in the beginning a bit more, but you have to spend less. So the lighter it is, the better. The less power it is, the better as well, because you learn the dynamics of a car in a very responsible and a safe way. The running costs are going to be also very low because you don't have to then spend tons of money on tires, on brakes, on other components. So anything that's light, honestly, if nowadays an old Honda can get the job, it actually gets the job. And if you learn how to drive that fast, you'll be fast with anything, because learning the basics, the dynamics, the vehicle dynamics, and how to use them to your advantage, that's the most important thing.
Speaking of being that fast, how did you become this fast, and how can people become this fast?
Well, I don't consider myself fast, I would say. I'm definitely faster than the average driver out there, but they're mostly first-timers out and etc. Professional guys, I would have started like most of them from a young age of 5, 6, 7, 8, go-karting and stuff, because I started driving cars when I was 21 years old in motorsport. So the fundamentals, I'm lacking like 15 years of experience compared to the most guys here. And it's simple fact. And on top, most of the day, I'm making videos, making interviews. I'm not out there sitting on a simulator. I'm not practicing on a sim, or I'm doing it as a fun driver. So that's just need to be said. I'm straight up honest about it. But how did I get to the level where I am right now? It is of course, practice. simply doing it. I've been living here since 2015. Since 2017, I'm driving frequently. Since 2020, I'm driving it daily in various cars.
Yeah.
But the biggest actually help that gotten me is physical preparation. So like really go to the gym and also watch my food, etc., etc.
Okay.
And sim racing as well. So the practice on the simulator has helped me a lot because you can there overdrive the car, see what the car does, and feel it out. So
that's actually pretty good advice. Yeah. Can you comprehend that you are an inspiration for new generations? Do you realize that you are an inspiration for younger people?
So let's say that way. It's hard for me to realize and believe because I would say, if we talk this year alone, I think in April I reached 500,000 subscribers on YouTube. And beginning of the year I started with 400,000, I think. It was slightly over 300,000 that we started the year with. By now, by the time this video gets published, if it gets published within a week, I will be
within a week.
Within a week, I will be within a week at 800,000. It's growing massively right now, and every day people really write me and write these kind of positive and encouraging words like "you're an inspiration," "you're great." But I'm like, a year ago, or even like less than a year ago, for me still, and I'm just an ordinary guy that here has the unique opportunity of driving cars for whatever reason, because it really started with a friend of mine coming here, giving me his car, like, hey, I don't know the track, but you've been living here, would you like to take me for a lap? Yeah, okay, let's shoot a video. And then another friend came, then two of his friends came, and then it became more of a tradition, and now it is what it is, let's call it that way, and it's still quite impressive.
Fastest car you ever drove on the Nürburgring?
Would be either SF90 or GT3, GT4 RS, something like that.
Yeah.
So
no GT2 RS?
No, I haven't driven that one actually, surprisingly enough, on track yet. I've driven GT3 RS, the new one, but I haven't driven it on the Nürburgring yet. So that's about to come. Yeah. But the fastest car is what they say is the rental car, right? Yeah.
Somebody asks, is there going to be a GT2 RS available at Apex? Or a taxi, let's say, or...
No.
No, never.
No. We had ours. It had a serious accident. It cost us, insurance covered the bill, but then they said never again.
Okay.
So it was 290 or 390,000 euros. A lot of hundreds of thousands of euros of worth of damage. And that kind of more or less also killed the whole profit and the whole idea behind it. And to risk it one more time, we simply not going to have insurance anyway. Yeah. So, and we said we had our fun with the taxi program. Now it's time to move on and have something else.
So, if two cars collide on the Nürburgring, are the insurances...
Depends. It depends because...
available...
Yeah, I understand what you mean. I mean, our car is insured. Well, first of all, you have here multiple different cars from different countries. You are from Romania, you have also Romanian license plates. Yeah. Are you covered? No.
No?
Probably not. Okay. Unless you're going to say I had an accident and you're going to transport the car off the track and put it in a ditch somewhere 50 kilometers away.
Well, Stefan told me that in Romania, the Nürburgring is considered a public road. And
then you're very lucky.
Yeah.
In UK, every single car insurer says, no, you're excluded.
I heard about it, yeah.
Yes, so other companies, majority of companies have excluded. Germany, you need to verify and ask it. Most of them do include it, but some of them also exclude it. And the same goes for other countries. Ooh, I'm sorry for that.
No problem.
So like I said, it all depends. So at the end of the day, if an accident occurs, then police comes during public session, during track day, something else. Police comes, makes a report, and will say, okay, here's what happened in our opinion, here's who is at fault in our opinion. Do they have enough space still? Should be.
Have you had any crashes, any accidents on the Nürburgring?
Of course.
And what does that feel like? No, I'm not saying physically, because I bet you've never been hurt or injured.
The most I've been hurt or injured physically was when I was a passenger with someone else.
Yeah.
And especially during public session when there are completely different forces involved. So then and you're not allowed to wear a Hans system, so your head is kind of bouncing everywhere, so you would end up having with the whiplash. So things like that happened. after that, of course, the aftermath always sucks, especially with all the couch experts now they're out there on YouTube and Facebook, and who will now like, you see, I told you you're a bad driver. You see that happened. Haha, finally it happened to you.
Yeah.
And some people actually wrote to me like, I hope you're gonna die next time.
Wow, that's
so
lame.
and I know that's. I'm not gonna like talk about mental health, but I know that lots of influencers suffer, and I know that some people out there are gonna say like, what the fuck do you have to complain about? You may make money making videos, and you're having fun, and then you're driving all these fancy cars, and everyone has their own problems. You know, it's just a different magnitude, but it doesn't matter. People still can be nice, live and let other people live without giving their negative opinion, because the stuff that we do does not hurt others or is not intended there to hurt others. And if you don't like something, don't watch it.
Ignore it.
No one is forced. When we post a video out there, it does not autoplay on your phone instantly and you're forced to watch it. You decide to click on it and watch it. So if you don't like it, move along. Don't waste your time and nerves and hours. So
of course, yeah. Some comment sections at some content creators are very toxic. And
they're very toxic, and the peak of that we saw was during COVID, during lockdown, when people were extremely frustrated, and that was their only outlet to actually say how much they hate everyone and everything. Understandable in a way, but also not for me. The funniest part is like haters are my most avid fans.
I bet.
It's the stuff that they pick up on somewhere in a 3/4 of a 2-hour video. I'm like, so you spent 2 hours of your time watching something that you absolutely hate and despise. Don't you have a life?
Yeah. I have had some comments. Let's say, I don't like the video. I watched until minute, let's say X, and then I exited. And then no, you didn't exit. You spent the time to write a comment and told me that you exit, but you didn't exit. So dibs on you.
It's like, you know, it's sorry, I'm very violent with the table today. It's a good friend of mine. He used to be like a main chief editor of a big newspaper. And back in the days, people would write to his newspaper, this fucking article of yours pissed us off. We're gonna end our subscription right now. Signed, Mr. Well, whoever, you know. And they looked like, you never were a subscriber in the first place. So
yeah, exactly.
And if you were, you were not going to be missed. So
final 2 questions are from me.
Yes.
I'm a very avid consumer of YouTube videos, so obviously I've watched you, but you've collaborated with so many, and as I told you off camera that I met Shmi. At the beginning of the year, I did an interview with the Wheeler Dealers, if you know the show.
Of course.
Yeah.
With Mike Brewer.
Mike Brewer,
yes.
Yes. It was a hell of an experience. This year has been incredible for me also. Not that I'm bragging or anything. I met Paul Wallace from Supercars of London. I want to ask you, out of the most, known YouTubers like Sam from Seeing Through Glass or Shmi, or how are they? Are they really nice people? How do you get along with them?
I would say they are at the end of the day people, and everyone out there has really good qualities. Like, I'm gonna stay straight up, like Shmi is the one that has helped me tremendously in life to put my name and Apex name on the map. Because when I was absolutely nobody, we started like as Boosted Boris, and later I started as myself, my own channel, which had like 10,000 subscribers. He would come here, make videos with me, actively promote me, and said like, hey, I really hope you're gonna do well. And he's been really collaborating and pushed us forward. And a lot of my current subscribers, like they actually say like, hey, I found you because of Shmi, or they also find me because of your video, of Alex's video, and of course. But he put a lot of effort into it from whatever was reasonable, and I didn't pay him for it, but because he was himself here like, hey, let's go do something, let's go do a lap, you can drive with me. It was very cool. And all the other YouTubers as well. But I also must say, of course, there are other people out there who either get in touch and would only want to do something here at the NURBURGRING, like do a lap with me or something, and then would never write again, never call again, never try to do, you know? I mean, of course, everyone has their own life. Then there are also people who would say like, yeah, let's go for a lap, let's go do this. I'm bringing my car XYZ.
Yeah.
Okay, I make time for them because I know their time is very valuable and it's very important content creator. I make time for them. They arrive here, I know they're in the area, I start calling them, they don't pick up the phone, they don't message back, they don't do anything. And then later I'm like, dude, what the fuck? My car broke down or something. And then I see him driving around and posting his videos. I'm like, if you don't want to do something, say it out. No problem. I have my own time that I don't care about. But so, like I said, there are good and bad ones. But the majority of people are definitely good out there. And the most important thing is that majority of those people always take time for their fans.
Yeah.
And that's because, I mean, I'm not sure you've seen it today, like we were running around trying to get laps with GT4 RS or everything, but there were like 5 kids who were coming with their dad, like, hey,
say no,
no, I drop everything, the lap camp, like whatever, because of these people, we are allowed to do what we're allowed to do.
Yes.
You know, it's not the freaking brands or brand deals or that, it's because people like what we do and we need to always take time for them. And sometimes it takes also a very dark side. I mean, I remember in 2020, I had a accident when I was on the passenger seat instructing, and I was like I said, I got a whiplash and I was like in a very bad pain, and we had actually track day organized where we did it as Apex.
Yeah.
And I was there, like, I didn't want to be there, but I made it to actually go there and to just be present, to make sure that everything was okay. But I was in a very miserable state. I couldn't turn my neck. And then later, on the day that the track day was done, I published my video because I've been posting daily since 2020. And someone commented, I just been to Apex track day and it was the most horrible experience because MISHA always says you need to come and I will take time for everyone, but he looked as miserable as hell and didn't talk to anyone. And I'm like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm just a human. Am I not allowed to have a bad day? And finally, I don't know why people are here. I don't know why you are here.
Yeah.
Maybe you just here, you want to get away from your life back in Romania. You want to enjoy and not deal with people because you hate people.
Yeah.
If you come to me and reach out like you did, I'm like, okay, I'm going to have a conversation with you.
Yes.
But I'm not going to reach out to people assuming that you want to have a conversation with me.
Yes.
So whoever comes to the NURBURGRING or whatever, go reach out to people. They don't know you because you might have this idea because you watch our videos daily that you know who we are, but we have absolutely no idea who you are. And this is actually like this very blurred line of social media when people watch us. So if you want to have a conversation, approach us, talk to us, say who you are, and we'll happily dedicate our time to you. But this is like just like explaining the struggles of influencers. Oh, such a big struggle. But yeah.
As anyone can attest, if you've ever come and if you ever came and come, if you ever.
If you ever been.
If you ever, if you ever, have you?
If you ever been.
If you ever met me.
Okay.
And I've always taken the time to say hello, exchange a few words. You see the guy with the Audi?
Yeah.
He's a fan of mine. He lives an hour away, and he said, "Please, I want to meet you. We met yesterday. We met today." 2 days ago, I filmed in Belgium. I filmed a Toyota Mirai hydrogen car. Have you ever driven a hydrogen car?
No.
Well, you should. And I was filming there, and he said, "Hey, are you?" "Yes, I am. I'm from Romania." And he worked at how do you say it? AA, auto assistant. Yeah. And the battery died on my car. I called him and said, "No problem." He came.
Cool.
Yeah, it was absolutely incredible. And also, my fear was, I don't want to bother MISHA. I know everybody is busy. Everybody has their own stuff to do, their own worries. Even
my wife has made dinner 15 minutes ago. It's okay. She's aware of that. She knows.
I'm very sorry.
Don't worry.
We'll finish. We'll finish. Yes, we are nice people. We are just people. We enjoy talking to you.
But we are people at the end of the day, so
And final question, and then we'll finish. I've never driven a lap of the Nürburgring. Give me some advice. Honestly, I am a bit scared. The reason why I'm scared is not that I will
You're scared of other people.
I'm scared of other people. I don't want to block other people.
This is the reason, this is the fear number one that everyone has, who I'm speaking to, that everyone has that is a reasonable driver.
Yeah.
So first of all, you are aware that you might become an obstacle for others.
Of course.
So this means you're going to do everything in your power to avoid that awkward situation. This means watch your mirrors, stay on the right side, watch your mirrors, stay on the right side. Watch your mirrors, stay on the right side. If there's a fast traffic behind us, turn the indicator to the right, especially when they see a rental car. Doesn't matter where it's RINGBROS or Apex or RSR, whoever. Most of the locals will be aware, like, okay, this might be a very dangerous driver, inexperienced driver or something. So if you're going to show them the indicating to the right, that shows them that you've seen them, you're going to stay on the right, and it will be for them an easier pass. What I tell to everyone who is scared of this situation, you have to be aware that those guys, unless, of course, they're fucking lunatic and don't give a shit and they're full on adrenaline, these people are out there as well. But 99.9%, they do not want, they want to crash into you even less than you want to crash into them. Because their car is probably like 20 times more expensive, etc., etc. They don't want to have the drama, etc., etc. So they're even more cautious with, it might look extremely like dangerous and crazy and silly what we sometimes put out here on, I'm not only saying me. Yes, of course, I put a lot of stuff out there that is also clickbaity and questionable, but trust me, actually quite often when people put my stuff out, especially the locals, they say, I've done more crazier stuff in life, but I wouldn't put that stuff online, let alone what I've done. So everyone is doing stupid stuff. But there is sort of like you start reading the traffic, you know, kind of you have a safety margin, you know, if something happens, I still have like a runoff, etc., etc. So most of the people behind you will be safe. So for you, if you just, again, watch your mirrors, indicator to the right, stay right, and eyes on the road. Watch in the mirror once, because if you're going to keep looking, where's the car, why am I in the barrier? You know, because you didn't look where you're going. So, and finally, enjoy. Don't try to prove anything to anyone, to your subscribers, to your wife, parents, because I always say your victories, the win of 24 hours of Nürburgring will be forgotten tonight already. But your mistakes, they will remember forever, for all the years to come. So don't give the pleasure to all your haters to point stuff out.
Of course. I don't want to become a mobile chicane, I don't want to embarrass myself. I want to be...
You need to be out there for yourself, you know, so enjoy it. And hey, if people say they can do it better, good for them. Why are they not professional driver yet? I don't know. Why is there no onboard of theirs? And if there is, please show it, because we love to learn from other people's successes, failures, and everything. So if you're going to comment anything bad, please show us how it's done by yourself.
And I have a great idea. Maybe my first lap won't be filmed. Just enjoy it. Maybe.
That's a good one.
Yeah,
just do it for yourself.
I'll do it for myself. And maybe after I gain some confidence, I will film,
Perfect.
I'll film a lap.
Yes.
MISHA, it has been a pleasure. I'm sorry if I've taken up so much of your time. You are a legend, and he's a very kind-hearted person. So subscribe to MISHA, and definitely next year, if you want, we can do it. We can do it again.
Yeah, of course. Come over, and looking forward.
You said that people don't call and don't write and don't reach out to you again. My fear is that I don't want to bother you. This is the fear I have.
No, don't do it. Like I read every message that people send me.
Me too.
I don't reply to every of them.
Me neither.
If people write me something positive, I double tap a heart. If it's something like, hey, would you like to drive my car? Or how can I get to the best viewing spot at the Nürburgring? What's the best restaurant? I have an emergency. Where can I find a workshop? I respond to that. Don't ask me like, what's your favorite car? RS3 or M2? Who cares what I think? If you want to buy the car, go do a test drive and drive that car. Like, you know, these things. Exactly. So, All right, well, I will get dinner. So.
Okay, I'll do the outro in Romanian.
Do that.
Mulțumesc că v-ați uitat. Acesta a fost episodul. Nu-l mai reținem pe MISHA. Evident, știți ce trebuie să faceți. Toate like și subscribe. Aveți toate detaliile lui MISHA în descriere și pe ecran. Eu vă mulțumesc că vă uitați la mine. Eu am fost Luci. Mașini cu Luci Popa se încheie.
See you.
Thank you very much.
Cool, thank you. Awesome.
Have a nice evening and enjoy your dinner.
Thank you, no problem. Hello.